or co-op. But is Bala really going to go to war with bottom pair here? Yeah. Now, sixes are a different story.
Alright folks, on this video we've took us a little field trip. Come down here to Starnes Fabrication and Machine. See my old buddy Blake, see what he's into. I see a couple of race cars in here, so let's see what he's doing. Hello!
What's going on?
Oh, buenos dias. Oh my.
You got a little project you're working on at the moment.
Is this yours?
No, it's a buddy of mine's, Rob. He works out of town and wasn't making progress the rate they wanted. Him and his son went off to college and everything and out of state. Just not making any progress. He wants to get it done by the time his son comes back home, so he had me help out with a few things fabrication wise. It has been ruined. It's got a Chevrolet in it, as Heath would say, but I think it's better myself. But I know he's not a fan.
It's got to have that forward motor in it.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a really clean car. It's a low mileage car. They got it here local, just went like 2 counties over from us. They found it. They've done a lot of work to it. They had it all repainted. It's pretty well been restored, and it's a really sharp car. It's a good looking car. It catches your eye. Right now it's got a 412 inch LS motor, I think. Maybe 417, maybe a 417. But it's gonna have twin ball bearing 80s on it. Yeah, should be a pretty good running car. I reckon they're gonna keep seats in it and everything and do a little bit of dual purpose.
So mostly a street car.
It's a little bit more. I mean, it'll be more towards race car, but they're gonna drive it on the street a good bit.
Well, I mean, if you can put it on the street, it's a street car.
Exactly.
So what exactly are you doing to it?
Well, I am doing clean up a little bit of this mess as we go. I am doing a lot of the fab work on it. For years I've done fab work off and on, and just kind of transpired, and recently leaving my day job and everything and opened up a machine shop, and then I'm open back up doing some fab work for people too. Yeah, biggest things I'm doing is I'm doing the full like turbo kit, the piping. I'm going to do the wastegates, the blow-off valve, exits.
So now, did you do the headers?
I did not do the headers. The headers are, anybody that knows LS motors would know these headers are the Amazon special Chinese. I don't know where you got these from, but these things are pretty much run of the mill, Amazon stainless. They work. A bunch of people made really good power with them. They're not nothing custom, but they're off the shelf and they work. So
yeah,
simple and easy.
So basically, you're doing just all the hot side and the cold side.
Yeah, we'll be doing the hot side and the cold side, and then the car don't have subframe connectors yet, so it definitely needs subframe connectors, and I'm going to put some X bracing and some other bracing type in the cage and stuff it has. It's going to be pretty quick. I mean, the car should be pretty capable of 4 seconds, pretty easy in 8th, and that's moving pretty good. You definitely want to be safe. Especially with the son driving and everything, he wants it as safe as it can be. So,
how old's the son?
I'm pretty sure he's 19.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd put a 19-year-old behind the wheel or something like this, but
19 to 20. You've come over here, we can show them. This little bit of stuff like I like to machine do for people. I offer these. They're custom trim rings. You can see they're kind of engraved. It's hard to see, they're so shiny.
Oh, so you make these?
I do. I've CNC machine them out of a solid chunk of billet. Yeah, I can make them just plain if you don't want no engraving, or if you've got like a name for the car or a race team name or anything, I can custom engrave them, whatever you want, anything you need done. I'm even competitive with a lot of the ones they just burn out of fused steel and just plain Jane plasma.
And obviously those are aluminum.
Yeah, they're billet aluminum 6061. They come in a solid sheet. I cut them out raw.
Well, now, kind of going over this car, what's some stuff you could point out that you could make that this car's already got, but you could?
A lot of things. I'm a little limited. I've not got the biggest machine in the world, so a lot of things I can't make, but like alternator brackets, you can see down here, stuff like that. Okay. Let's see, what else could I do? Turbo, if this used different style of turbo mounts, I could do like a Maven style mount. I can make those. Just little odds and ends. I can do like custom engraving on motor plates. Some people like to have motor plates engraved with car name, stuff like that. Like on your motor plate here, I can do a custom engraving in it.
Yeah.
A little bit of anything. I can do the caster camber plates.
Okay. Yeah, it seems to be one of the first things Mustang people do.
Yeah, this one don't even really need them. It's got Jeff Thomas long travels in it, so you can see with these caster plates it actually is an inch over stroke. So he has to change a little bit there. Jeff's gonna send him some stuff there, he said. So be good. But yeah, for the most part, it's a really clean car. I hate working on them when they're this clean, honestly. They're too scary to touch my mitts.
Yeah, that's what they say. Shiny paint causes stress.
Yeah.
But they look good for a reason.
They do. This one's a sharp car. They put a lot of work into it. They did a complete color change on it and everything.
So now, did they cage this one?
It has been caged. It was caged by another company out of South Carolina. Ledbetter Motorsports, I believe it was. They did a really good job. It's a really nice cage. It's like 850 cage with some added stuff. It's got added rocker bar, and it's got the funny car hoop in it. They did pretty good. I mean, they did good on it.
Now, can you do stuff like that?
I do. I've done a bunch of cages. I can do just like pre-bent kits. I can install them. If you just want to kind of save some money and do a pre-bent kit and just something that'll be decent and if the safety factor's there, I can install it for you, no problem. A lot cheaper, or I can do a full-on custom where I bend over tube and make it fit real as tight as it can. And there's definitely, I mean, it's really just a point of factor of money at that point, what you want to do and what your goals are and stuff. I always say custom bent's always the best because you can make it fit to every single car. But most of your cars, if real standardized, like the Fox bodies or like S10s or Camaros, a lot of your stuff that's real standard will be pretty close if you go with a good reputable brand for a pre-bent.
Well, so now that looks like some sheet metal off of a dirt car. You don't dirt race, do you?
I don't, but a lot of my family members do. Yeah, a couple of my family members have dirt late models and stuff, so we're all around racing at some point. I don't know if you know or not, they're actually plastic. They're not sheet metal, they're plastic. Yeah.
So now, how long have you been actually in racing of whatever?
Well, it depends on what form of racing, but I started racing go-karts when I was probably 7 or 8. And I raced up until I was about 12. And then I got out of go-karts and I got on 2 wheels. And I raced motocross for years, from like 12, 13-ish up until I want to say about 20. I was racing dirt bikes. I love it. Always have loved it, but come to a point you get hurt too much.
So did you ever get hurt racing motocross?
Oh yeah, I've been hurt a bunch. I think I'm up to 13 concussions. I broke a few ribs. I broke a bunch of bones in my hands. I tore my rotator cuffs, tore real bad on this side. Needs a replacement. And the biggest one probably, I was 14, I believe, and I broke both my legs. So spent a good few months in a wheelchair and really got to learn a lot about life at a young age. So, which honestly I don't regret it. It was one of the best things that ever happened to me. I learned a lot quick and really matured. It was good for me.
Well, what is this another customer project over here?
It is not. That is my personal little toy. Pull this gap out of the way. You guys can go on through. Come around and meet you there.
So, looks like a S10 square body.
Yep, this one is kind of mixed matching the ears. You can see it's got two different shades. You got like a burnt orange copper color and then more of a bright red. So, little backstory, after the dirt bikes, I got into drag racing, and everybody was real hot on the diesels when I was growing up. It was just thing to do around here. Diesel this, diesel that, diesel. Well, I got a little, it's a Dodge, like 2500, and it's two-wheel drive. It had a Cummins in it, or it's a Cummins base truck, and I built the Cummins and put a bunch of money in it, and I really learned a lot. I did my own cage work, I did my own chassis work, went from just doing like cow tracks all the way into chopping the frame off and doing a back half of 4-link, and I just learned a lot, and it's kind of the truck that really taught me everything I know. Yeah, I raced it for about a year, and diesel stuff's high, man. It's high, and
yeah, the gas burners are always cheaper.
They are. I mean, some of the stuff's more expensive up front, but you get a lot more reps out of stuff usually. Like the diesel, every weekend you'd break something, and it was pretty much a given. Every weekend you was gonna spend $700-800 on something breaking, valve springs or push rod or a lifter.
What do you think the draw to the diesel side is compared to this?
So the diesels have came around a lot the last few years. I still keep up with it. I still like a lot of the diesel stuff. I still own a couple, or one now, but I've owned a bunch of them, and I really enjoy the diesels. So the biggest thing is just, first off, the weight. The weight of them is always pretty substantial over a gas motor. Now they make a whole lot of power, but just the weight of them, they weren't meant to turn that fast. So you got an engine that's meant to turn at most 3,500 to maybe 4,000 at redline, and you're turning at 7.8. They don't like it. You can definitely do it, and there's people that pushed them past that. Mine went a little over 8 in the burnout box a lot of times, and it did it, but I ended up burning it up real bad, and I decided that was it. I got tired of spending all the money when you could build an LS and put a quarter what I had in that diesel in the LS and run a whole lot faster than I was going in that diesel.
I was going to say, because when you got rid of that, when you sold everything, it paid for what, about half of this truck, didn't it?
Well, over half of it. Yeah, it paid for, I forget what it was, but it was a good substantial amount. I sold everything for it. I was just parting stuff out. So I got the truck and immediately stripped it down to a bare frame, and I sold, it was a 4.3 V6 truck, automatic. I sold the engine and trans out of it, a lot of the parts. It was really, it was pretty good shape as far as drivetrain. The cabin stuff was nasty, very nasty. But I stripped it all off, and actually he come over and helped me pull the bed and the cab off years ago. It's been a while ago. Yeah, it's kind of progressed far rapidly. So it's got 24 inches of factory frame rail, as you can see here. It's factory style front suspension, and do that because I knew from the start I wanted to do small tire, and the small tire no prep stuff was really starting to take off. And like you said, I got a Billy shirt on. Billy the Kid was blowing up, and Street Racing Channel and all that. And it's one of those things, it's like, you want to be a part of some of that stuff. It seems like it'd be a good time, and that's where everybody's going, and there's a lot more money in it than there was in the diesel stuff. Not saying I'm definitely not made any money. It's still not done, but it cost me a bunch of money. But
well, now, how long have you been building this truck?
So I'd have to go back and look for sure, but we're over 4 years. I don't know how close we are to 5 yet. So yeah, we pulled I stripped it down to bare frame, sold the engine stuff out of it. I cut what frame I wanted off of it, and I took it in to my other shop, which you may see in a later episode or something down the road. We'll see. That's where I do all my CNC machine and stuff at, is in my other shop.
Well, I was kind of noticing there ain't no CNCs here, so I figured it must be somewhere else, so
Yeah.
we may take a ride over there and check that out.
Yeah. So we I pulled all this off, and I built me a little jig. And at the time, I didn't know, I wasn't real big into I hadn't done a whole lot of chassis stuff. I did the one back half on my truck, on the Dodge, and I'd done 2 roll cages in the Dodge 2 different times, and just different odds and ends. And just over time, I kind of learned, and I bought tools and stuff, which I didn't have nowhere near what I needed when I bought this. So from the start, I ordered, it was a Jegster chassis kit. It was like 25.3 Jegster, 25.1 Jegster chassis kit for an S10. Well, they don't plan on you using factory frame rails or any of that, so I had to get creative. And about halfway through, I decided, it's a pre-bent kit. It was okay, and it would have worked, but there was so much different where I was using the frame rails and stuff, instead of just making like a pro street truck or something, that I ended up buying a bender. So then I started doing bends and did a lot of my own tube work, and I've definitely cut a bunch of tubes out and redid a bunch of them. I mean, just part of it. But I have thankfully learned a lot with this truck, and it's been, it turned out to be a really good build. I'm really hoping sometime before the year's over, it goes on the track.
I was going to say, because I don't see no cow panel or nothing like that, so you've cut.
Yeah, there ain't.
What's left of the truck?
So all that's left is the factory skin of the cab, and I did keep the pillars. I kept most of the factory pillar intact. Okay. Most people cut them off here at the windshield and just run a brace, but I kept mine intact. It's a fiberglass front clip.
I noticed that.
It's just a little bowed up right now the way it's sitting, but it'll be fine. We may throw it on here in a minute so y'all can see it on.
Obviously this one's LS powered too.
It is. It's not your standard LS motor, so it's a solid block. It is a stock block, but it's been sleeved. It's got Darton sleeves in it, and then after the Darton sleeve, or with the Darton sleeves, they went in and filled the block, so it's a solid block. It's 361 inches, so it's got some stroke in it. It's 3.8 bore. I built it all myself. It's actually got a decent bit of compression for turbos. It's going to be close to 12 to 1.
See, I know used to, up until probably the last 10, 15 years, you had to run low compression for any kind of boosted.
Well, there's definitely upsides and downsides to running low compression. So obviously you're giving up power, free power. Compression is always power. The biggest reason you do that was because technology then wasn't as good as it is now. Now we've got a lot better fuels, and I'm not saying we didn't have good, because methanol and stuff's been around for a long time, but just we got a lot better engine managements now too. It's like with the fuel injection stuff and really being able to dial things in, you got a lot more window to work in. So this motor, it should run pretty good. I mean, realistically, the rods are pretty much the weak point of this motor, because I didn't put aluminum rod in it, so I got steel rod. It's aftermarket. It's one of the best steel rods you can buy, but it is steel, it ain't aluminum. I didn't want to have to. At the time, when I first started piecing all this together, the aluminum rods, they were out and everything, but there wasn't a whole bunch of feedback on them. So I didn't want to have to change rods a bunch or anything like that. And now looking back, I kind of wish I would have went with some MGP or MRP, whatever they are. But it's okay. If it ever comes back apart, that's what will go back in it.
Yeah,
there's a good chance it'll be back apart. I mean, I'm not going to, especially if we had a big race or something in the finals, I don't care if I got blowed up to win, I'll do it.
Yeah, we've come a long way from you crazy uncle with the Nova with the 3/4 race cam jumping Coke cans in the Ingles parking lot. But
yeah, now as you can see, it was 5.3 based. It's not that no more. It's got billet tall deck heads. Yeah, it's got about everything you could have. It's got custom cam. I had custom cam spec for it. It's gonna be running on methanol, 100% methanol. It's got billet atomizers. It's got mechanical. What's that brand? I can't think what. pump's called, but it's a big mechanical driven fuel pump. Enderley. Got a big Enderley pump.
So now the front clip's fiberglass. Is there anything else going to be fiberglass or?
No, the rest of it's going to be steel for now. I debated on doing fiberglass doors for a long time, but my steel doors are pretty light as they are. They're gutted, and I've did a bunch of trim work and stuff to them. I've got them pretty light for the most part. I do think down the road it probably will get fiberglass doors, but yeah, and it's been all converted to Lexan. Every window in the truck's Lexan. It's more of a safety thing, but it also saves you some weight, so that's good.
Now, what size turbos you running on this?
This has the same as actually the Mustang. It's twin ball bearing 80s. So it's a Garrett-based Charger. It's equivalent of a Garrett GT42. It's not a Garrett. These are VS Racings, but yeah, it's 80 millimeter inducer. I don't remember what the exhaust is. It's a 1:1 aspect ratio. So it should be. I mean, it may be a little turd on the bottom, but I don't care about the bottom.
So now this is going to be small tire, right?
Yes. Now I went ahead and knew, like with the turbos and the way the cam's set up and everything, it's gonna like to live higher RPM. Well, I'm running the Power Glide, so I want to take advantage of that high RPM. So I've got the Johnson reduced travel lifters, and I've got Johnson push rods, and I've got valve springs and everything to handle it. They're telling me I can turn 9,500. I'm probably gonna shift it 88 to 9, somewhere in that ballpark, but we'll see. That don't leave you much room for failure if something happens. So you can take a look around it there. Just got a little bit of stuff to do. Say it.
Good night to the wing.
Yep, it's got the big wing on it.
Okay, so.
Some of the tin work's pulled out of it right now.
Yeah, so full tube chassis.
It's a double frame rail.
Okay.
It's full double frame rail. A lot of the tin work's pulled out of it right now.
Yeah, you good at the doors.
Yeah, actually, so the doors are actually going to look a lot better than that. I'm not just going to open like that for the entirety. Yeah, the bed's fully gutted as well. You won't be able to see it, it's set so low, but it's got a custom bed cover I made. And then, as he mentioned, the wing. So I wasn't happy with any of the wings anybody offered for these trucks. I always liked the big, like outlaw style wings that come down and block a lot of the tail light. I think they look better. Does it need it? Probably not for 8th mile, not this big. It needs a wing for sure, because I mean it's going to be 1,700 horse to the tire probably. So, and it should be pretty light. So it should. I'm really hoping with me in it, it can go like 420s to 430s. Pretty easily turned up. So we'll see, but yeah, nobody made a wing like I wanted, so I come in and got some sheets and I designed my own wing, and it's definitely not perfect, but you can see I still got some scribbles on it where I was playing with stuff, but I'm happy with it. I've got a fully adjustable wicker. It's slotted so I can adjust it up and down for more or less drag. It's got the parachute because I have every intention of trapping 170 and 1/8, so we'll see. I'll open this door. You can kind of see what we're going to do with the doors.
Okay, so you're going to put the factory panels back in.
Yeah, they weigh less than, like it's like 2.5 pounds. So at this point, it's like 2.5 pounds on each door. That ain't going to make no difference. And it cleans it up a bunch. I mean, it looks a whole lot better just when you open it up and look in. I mean, it's not going to be nothing structural or nothing, but it serves a purpose to catch your eye. So, it's full double frame rail. It has a little bit of factory frame in the front. It's mid plate, motor plate. It's got a custom fab housing 9-inch that I did myself. That's another thing I offer. If anybody needs a custom rear end, I can do them. I've got the jigs and everything. Yeah, I've built every bit of chassis. Actually, here, we'll pop this off and let you see some of it.
Okay.
So you can kind of get your little glimpse there.
Yeah. Got that fabbed up rear end.
Yeah, it's full fab housing. It's got 10 soldiers in a roll bar kit. It's my own 4-lane kit I did. So I'm really hoping sometime late this year, I'm hoping it makes it out to the track. I got some odds and ends tied up. I want to trim up some more of this stuff in here to make it look a little better. But it's got one purpose, and it's to go down the track, so we'll see.
And hopefully go fast.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you know, I've thought about taking the old Mustang out there, taking it to the drag strip and everything, see what it does, and
I think you should. It'd be a fun series for sure.
well, series.
I think you should do a series on it. Maybe see like how fast you can make a factory Mustang that year, and just do a little stuff to play with it. I mean, to get you out of the house and little trips to the track, and you can say, okay, well, if you do this, how much time will it gain you? If you do this, what would it do here? You know, like you can do comparisons maybe 1 week. Okay, let's take a seat out. See how much a weight of a seat picks me up, and you never know, you could luck up win some money bracket racing too while you're at it.
Well, yeah, it would be pretty consistent because it's all stock.
The driver would be consistent or not, but
Son, the driver is always consistent. What y'all think? Think I ought to take it to the drag strip? I think it's a good idea. Well, looks like you got a nice little shop here and everything.
yeah, it's one of my shops. I've got 2 locations. I say the other one's where most of my other activities happen. Maybe we'll do a segment over there too.
Well,
soon.
I believe we just need to take a trip over and do that.